Hello, beautiful human. I am Zach. That is Dan. Ooh, that made a lot of noise. But we welcome to the studio, DJ Crazy Times.
Thank you so much on that. Dream really do come true for you as well.
Yeah, I've been dreaming of having this interview with you for quite some time. What are you wearing?
Dude, are you kidding me? This is literally how all my cousins dress in Zagreb. But I'm kind of dressed like standard DJ as well. I've got snow pants. I've got tactical vest from Army as well as that. I've got headphones, and I've got some more headphones, and then I've got goggle.
Do you see through the goggles? Like, clearly, can you see?
Yep, 100%. Like, actually, what I'm seeing right now is kind of, remember Terminator?
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
Like, I see computer code, everything. Everything is like computer code for me.
And are the headphones plugged into anything?
Yeah, my heart and spirit.
Ah.
Yeah.
When you're channeling music and building records, where does it come from? A lot of artists think it comes from a higher power. Yeah,
actually, I do believe in a whole, that there is a higher power, and actually there's 4 spirits: love, passion, rhythm, and sexual man. And those are the 4 spirits and gods of love. And so I believe in that. And when I am making different music and beats as well as that, that is how the different passion is coming through me. So every time you hear a song I make of that, that's how I got there.
Let's unpack Sexual Man for a second.
Yeah. So
do you have to, like, explain that to me? Like, is it you as a sexual man? Is it your experience with sexual men? Are you trying to channel the experiences of sexual men through you and into your music?
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, all of that as well. So I have sex 4 or 5 times a day, and also there is
a lot. But I get.
Is that a lot?
Well,
is that a lot?
Honestly, I'm new to the whole sex thing.
Oh,
and as of recently, I'm doing. You know, I'm clocking in pretty decent numbers. I think, yeah, maybe.
I'm proud of you.
Honestly, thank you so much. I'm proud of me.
Yeah, dude.
It's been 30 years in the fucking making.
If you believe in yourself, anything is possible.
Fucking tattoo that right.
Even guy like that can have sex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah, dead.
Crazy.
Tattoo that shit right here.
Yep.
Wait, anyway, back to sexual men. So you're channeling the experiences of sexual men through you into records?
Correct. Yep. So it's my own sexuality. Also, different guy I grow up, my cousin Radovan. He also have a lot of sex. And also there's a man in the sky who is a god of sex, and he is kind of, I channel that into the rhythm and the bass.
Who is that? Is that, what's that guy?
Hemeros.
He's the god of sex?
I believe so. The god of sexual desire.
Oh, you know who I was thinking of? The guy with the big old schlong.
Me?
Rasputin. No, Rasputin.
Were you thinking of me of that?
No, Rasputin.
Oh, Rasputin. Da, da, Rasputin. Yeah, great song.
So do you remember the first song you ever made?
Yes, it was actually called Automatic Talking of Night, and I made it with my cousin Radovan, and we made it in our local town, in our apartment complex, and we made it 1994, and we brought it to the Club Nebula, which was a local club in Zagreb, Croatia. And everybody liked it. And I was like, oh, I knew it. I am extremely good at this, and all my ideas are good ideas. And so every other song after that, everybody loved it every single time, and music is easy.
What do you think, like a DJ like Tiesto or Diplo, what do you think they would say to hearing you say music is easy?
They're like, I heard his music, and he kind of does it perfect. Look, ask them about me. They're like, DJ Crazy Times? I remember growing up as young boy, and I hear DJ Crazy Times. That's why Tiesto is a DJ. Because he heard me and was like, oh, music can be good. He actually didn't know, he didn't like music at all before he heard my music.
You're older than Tiesto?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But you know what? You know why I look like this?
Why?
Moisturizer.
Oh. To have a record like Planet of the Bass, is that like a play on something?
Yeah, it's a play on, it's a planet that has bass on it. It's hard to understand. You really have to think about it really hard because it's play on words. But yeah, if you think about it, it's a planet and there's bass on it.
Okay, so you've been making music since 1994. How is this record, one that's honestly doing pretty well in terms of streams and it's garnering attention, How is this record different than
Billboard charts. Billboard charts. Ever heard about it?
I have never heard of the Billboard charts.
Yeah. Well, learn. It's an American phenomenon.
So how is this song different than the records you put out before?
Yeah, it's so true of that. The crazy thing, Planet of the Bass, is so great that Americans are finally hearing about it, because this is actually the re-release. The song originally came out 1997, and yeah, people don't realize that. It's like, wake up, America. You have, you were listening to Bush or whatever you were listening to, or Limp Bizkit in 1997. Sorry, pal. We were making good music in Eastern Europe. But back in 1997, it was #1 on the charts in Bulgaria, Greece, Latvia, Lithuania. It was #1 on the electronic dance fun time chart in the nation of Georgia. So everybody was having fun 1997, but Americans didn't get behind it. So now I just say 26 years. It was the 26-year anniversary. So I say, perfect. Let's re-release the song. Everyone in America was like, oh, God, we are so stupid that we forgot, we didn't miss this in 1997. And now people see what everyone in Slovenia was talking about 26 years ago.
That's exactly what I've been saying.
Amen, brother. This is why you're having sex. You have good ideas of that.
It's the sole reason.
Yeah, exactly. You talk to a girl, you're like, I've been listening to Planet of the Bass 26 years. She will suck on you. She will suck on you because of that.
Not much to suck on, but I get it. What are you thinking?
For people in America who may not know who DJ Crazy Times is, like, who are you?
Yeah, good question of that. I think DJ Crazy Time, I'm just a regular guy who doesn't make any mistakes, and I make music. Eurodance music is the kind of music. Big in the 90s, big in the early 2000s, and now it's back again. So I think the crazy thing about DJ Crazy Times, I'm a DJ, I am a rapper, I am singer, I am music video guy, I am just fun time.
So where did the name come from? When did you realize you were a fun time? Maybe that's the real question I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I probably realized, from time of being just a young boy, honestly. Everyone else, they play classic games from where I'm from, throw a rock at a wall, bounce a ball off your nephew's head. These are the games we play where I'm from. But I always just want to listen to music and make music. And everybody, we go out recess, everyone throw a ball around. I'm making the parties happen. And so I know from young age, I am a very fun guy.
What does it take to have fun?
I would say probably, rhythm, passion, bass, sex, electronic equipment, and also sound system.
Got it.
And hallucinogenic drugs.
You're working on an album, right?
Yes, indeed.
Is it done?
Yeah, I've had plenty of albums before, but I think there will probably be some more DJ Crazy Time music coming out.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. How do you make music now? What's your process like? How does it begin?
Yeah, I log onto the computer, and once I get on the computer, I probably scroll around on the information superhighway, also known as the internet, cyberspace, and I poke around there and I look for inspiration, and then I have a keyboard. Mm-hmm. And I turn on the program that makes the music, and then I just kind of flip around, and then you play. There are white part and black part of the keyboard, and they make different sounds. So I just start poking around and say, "Oh, I've got a rhythm there. I have got a rhythm." And once you start poking around, take maybe 10, 15 minutes, song.
Wow,
it's that simple.
That's simple. I'm telling you, it is extremely easy for me to make the music.
Do you see something? Do you hear something? Like what's going on in your head when that's happening?
Yeah, probably. I mean, what's going on in my head? I'm probably been up for by that time when I'm sitting down to make music, I've probably been up for 72 hours on ecstasy at that point. So my brain is completely melted. So oftentimes I wake up, I don't even know where I am, what is going on. I boot up my computer, whoa, who made this song? Me.
Do lyrics come easy to you?
Yes, and my English is so good, and so that's why I only write in English, because English is the music of rock and roll, pop music, New Kids on the Block, different type of hip hop. So if you want to make a popular song, you have to sing in English, and luckily I'm so good at it that it's just all the different spirit and go into the rhythm and into the lyrics. That's always been the way of that.
What was your first language?
Oh, that's a good. So I speak fluent Serbian, Croatian, Albanian, Greek, Latvian, Lithuanian, Slovenian, Czech.
Can you speak some of it?
No, because I don't feel like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I could easily do it, but I just don't feel like it right now. And also, this is for American audience, and they're not gonna understand it. So they're not gonna understand. They don't want to hear me speak that.
I mean, we can Google Translate it.
No, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. But I can speak it fluently, easy.
Okay.
Can we ask you about some of these lyrics? Like, what do you mean by "women are my favorite guy"?
Yeah. So I know you've had sex. Have you had sex as well?
I've tried.
Yeah. Have you had sex with a woman?
Yeah.
You tried?
I tried that.
It was pretty fun, huh?
It was it was a good time.
Would you say it's like your favorite?
It's up there.
Me too. And that's what I meant by that.
Yeah. Women
it's like my favorite. Those are my favorite guys when they're hanging out or having sex with them. I was like, whoa, I'm like in the middle of it. I'm like, whoa, this is my favorite. This is literally my favorite. Whoa! And then I thought about that. I was like, whoa, stop. I actually stopped. There was the 2-3 girls. I say, stop. Hold on 1 second. I take out pencil, write it down. Women are my favorite guy. That's when I came up with it.
in the middle of like an orgy.
Oh, yeah. Because I was like, this is my favorite. Whoa! I like of this. Whoa! So fun.
Inspiration just strikes.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Really special stuff.
Yep. I agree.
Now, your co-partner in the song, what's her name? Miss Balajana. How do I pronounce it?
Miss Biljana Electronica.
Yes. Where'd you find her?
Oh, I found her. We were hanging out in a club in Ljubljana, Slovenia, and I noticed her from across the room, and I say, "Whoa, that is a talented person." And then I saw 2 other girls also. I was like, "Whoa, they're also talented as well." I was like, "Boom, I'm gonna get all of them." And so I got there. You know, Biljana. There are so many Biljana out there. You haven't even seen all of them. They're just, the funny thing is, if you go to the former Yugoslavia, you're going to meet many, Americans didn't realize this. There are many Biljana out there.
So you only showed off 3 on the internet. There's more of them.
Exactly. I have a whole apartment complex that I own.
Full of.
Everyone is occupied by at least 3 Biljanas. There may be 6,000 at least Biljana.
So you just swap and, you know.
Oh yeah, just swap it out. But that's the thing. In my music, where I come from, very common, very common.
Well, let me ask you about the one that made the music video. What makes her so special? Why did she get that appearance?
Because people wouldn't stop bugging me about it. They go, "Oh, we like her." I was like, "Okay, what do I care?" All right, bring her back. All right, whatever.
Yeah, she's pretty, isn't she?
Oh, she's great. She's super talented. No, they're all great. And the singer, Chrissy Poland, she great. And everyone is so talented. And I love you. And I love you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem about that.
What do you think, Dan?
Well, are you worried about this being like a one-hit wonder in America?
In America, maybe, but I literally have 147 hits in the former Yugoslavian states. So I'm sitting pretty. I am actually, I am the minister of sport for. I am in the government of. I am in the Croatian government, so I'm fine. I'm not gonna have any problem.
So you're like up there with BTS, right? Like BTS contributes so much to the GDP of Korea.
Correct. I am maybe 43% of the GDP of Croatia. Yeah, just myself. I am Minister of Sport and Entertainment. So anytime band come to Croatia, I give them a good handshake, give them 2 kisses, and I say, get on your way, and they pay me like $100,000 just for that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a cool gig.
Yeah, it's easy for me of that, but that's what happened when you're famous.
What was it like to meet the Jonas Brothers?
It was great. The Jonas Brothers are some of my favorite guy. And the thing about the Jonas Brothers is that they love good music. They've been, honestly, they told me that they've been listening to my song since they were a young boy. So for me, I am their hero. So I give them a pat on the head. I said, don't get nervous out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that like for you to see someone you inspired reach such high heights?
You know, I started following their career from the very beginning. Like a year or two ago, I started noticing them kind of coming up in the world. And I say, wow, these guys. And I could see their influence they take of me. Very good looking, all the girls around. I was like, wow, they definitely take inspiration from DJ Crazy Times. So I'm just very proud of them. And they just so great. And yeah, they got married, which is not very DJ Crazy Time of them, but you know what?
Do you not believe in marriage?
It's not that I don't believe in it. It's just I would never not have sex all the time with many people all day, every day.
What about an open relationship?
Oh, that actually might be a good idea for me. That actually might be a pretty... Hey, but you gotta, Croatian girl, they're very traditional. So it's kind of hard for me.
They want to lock you down.
They want to lock it down. Hey, I am the Minister of Sport and Entertainment of the country. I am a big deal guy.
It's an honor to have you here.
It's an honor to be here. Guys, thank you so much.
Oh, you're leaving?
Yeah, dude, are you kidding me? You're like, stop, dude. You got 10 minutes. I got 9 more interviews to do today. Are you kidding me?
No,
you're welcome for stopping by. You're welcome. I even take the time.
You're right. I'm just used to talking to somebody for a little bit longer. Yeah,
dude, this is over, pal. This is completely over.
DJ Crazy Times, everybody.
Thank you so much. Yo, guy.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
you.
You. Oh, a little kiss.
Hello, beautiful human. I'm here. I'm Zach. That's Dan, and we welcome to the studio Kyle Gordon.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You look so different.
Oh yeah, in what way? Yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't have to see your midriff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I mean, if you want, I feel bad for hiding it from you now.
No, thank you. I've gotten so used to it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
When I
It's
went to
jarring.
the green room, it was the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good look.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really wild. You come in here as DJ Crazy Times, and we talked like very little bit before we started rolling. I didn't know DJ Crazy Times before like it came into our inbox, and I'm on fucking TikTok. But I knew you as the kid. You have more than one kid character, right?
Yeah, probably the one that people most know me for is the kid that's no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do this series, and you channel his voice in your nose, and it gets real nasally.
Yeah. Seriously, guys, knock it off.
So good. It's absolutely fucking genius.
Thank you.
And I didn't know you from your face. I could hear like just little tidbits of it in your voice. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm searching through this giant packet that Jet put together, which is great. And there's nothing about the children. And I'm like, fuck.
That's the guy. Yeah.
And I asked him, like, are you the guy? People come up to me all the time and they go, are you the guy?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
And to say that to somebody made me very happy.
Oh, cool.
You're the fucking guy.
Yeah, you're the guy. Yeah.
Where are these characters really coming from? Like let's dissect the kid who's no fun for a second. Like when does that character pop into your head? And I'm assuming it's in the throes of maybe middle pandemic, right outside of the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. So I started doing TikTok essentially at November 2020. And so I was doing a bunch of characters. DJ Crazy Times is actually older than the kid that's no fun. But the kid that's no fun must have been, maybe a few months after that. So early 2021 probably was the first video I did as that character. And yeah, so that character is very much based on myself as a kid, my brother, big time my brother. And also I went to summer camp, which is just like a mecca for like, it's just like spoiled brats who are like, well, actually, like, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's all of those things together I was like, I know that kid.
But what is pushing you to create characters to begin with?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it just is my comedic taste. Like, I've never been a stand-up comedian. Like, when I'm on stage or online even, I'm very, very, very rarely myself. I think I just am more drawn to, like, the things that I find funny are, like, patterns or tropes in how certain types of people behave, or, like, tropes in movies, or tropes like with DJ Crazy Times in music. And kind of my goal is to like maybe identify like patterns or tropes that people don't, you know, haven't talked about or haven't really seen. So that's usually my goal with that.
So what is that process like? Like with the DJ Crazy Times, yes, the accent is somewhat reflective of your roommate.
Yeah.
And you are international. You have a major in East Asian studies.
Yeah, whoa.
But music is not necessarily what you've done except for being a part of an a cappella group.
Yes.
So what do you witness in society and culture that births DJ Crazy Times?
Yeah, I think it was DJ Crazy Times specifically. Yeah, as you mentioned with the a cappella group, like funny enough, like I've done hundreds and hundreds of characters now, but DJ Crazy Times may be the oldest because, as I've mentioned before, like I first kind of honed in on that in college, and there's like actually a recording of me from like 2013 on my like a cappella group CD. The CD is called Have Some Noise because DJ Crazy Times intros the actual CD. But I think what I found interesting about it was like, I think in the US, like music like that would only kind of become popular every now and then.
Yeah,
but
very cyclical and not common. But when you go to the UK or France or any part of Europe, Europop is what dominates. Eurovision is its whole fucking community and thing that is taken on a life of its own that, by the way, runs parallel to like the domestic and North American music scene. One of the few things that actually trickles all boxes all over the world is like K-pop. But yeah, you're right. Like the Europop is this thing that is so big yet so niche here in America.
Right.
And the things you know about it, I mean, they're funny.
Right, exactly. It's so funny, and to an American ear, I think it sounds so strange, and often, like, to varying degrees. I mean, I took it to a cartoonish extent, but the English is, like, clunky, you know, to say the least. And I think it's, like, identifying all those things, I was like, this is a really funny, I think, like, sort of unexplored genre for comedy. So I was like, yeah, even back then, like, very much, probably when I first came up with him in college, like, it's very much, like, David Guetta, you know, him doing like ad libs. Cause like this is the first like original song, Planet of the Bass, that I've done as him. So the character was really more based on like the spoken word, like ad libs, like everybody in the world, let's have some world peace. Boom, 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 you know, whatever. Like, so that I found was really, thought was funny. And then maybe over the years I honed it into like something more specific.
When did you know you need to make actual music as this character?
So yeah, so in my live act that I've been doing for many, many years in New York, it's mostly like musical comedy and sort of genre parodies. Like in the same way with this song, I'm parodying 90s Eurodance. In my live act, I have like me and my guitar, and I'll do a parody of like early 2000s, like Shania Twain country song. I have like a pop punk emo song, like a 60s, like lounge bossa nova type song. And so I knew I wanted to put out an album with all these songs like fully produced. And then I was like, oh, now is the time to do like a fully produced original DJ Crazy Times song.
How did DJ Crazy Times like raise his hand, like, and be the one that gets the most focus and the most fleshed out identity?
I think, well, one, maybe probably more so than some of the other characters and that I do on the album, because he had this life on TikTok before, because I had been posting videos as DJ Crazy Times, just doing those like David Guetta ad libs starting in like 2020. So I think I knew, one, I have a very clear vision of who this guy is. And then I put out the song, and I think I just really liked it, and it was good for the summer. I knew this was going to come out in the summer. So that's why I kind of picked it as the first song to release.
So how did you move from East Asian studies into wanting to do comedy at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's yeah. Well, so with East Asian studies, I was really trying hard to learn Japanese, and I studied abroad in Japan, and I tried my best, but I essentially failed at like learning Japanese, and so
How long did you give it?
I mean, I was in Japan for like 7 months, and so by the time I left, I was like okay, conversational, but. Yeah, I've completely forgotten all of it. And I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought maybe I wanted to like, you know, go into the foreign service or something. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Comedy wasn't even on my radar. But then like at the end of college, I, you know, tried going to an open mic and I was like, okay, I'm going to move to New York and try it.
What pushes you? Like, I'm confused. Like, what even gets you to an open mic?
Yeah, I mean.
Who tells you that you're funny?
Yeah, I think it's a classic kind of cliche thing of like, you know, I was like, well, I am the funniest guy in my high school. Like, you know, so I was like, let me go to New York and figure out, like, that was the big thing, the question mark. I was like, I'm going to go to New York and see if I am just the funniest guy in my high school or like I can actually maybe hold my own. And so, cause I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I'm going to go to New York and realize like, wow, there are like, you know, I can't compete or like I can't keep up with all these amazing people. And like, there are so many amazing comedians in New York, but it was getting there and actually starting to do it where I was like, okay, I think I can hold my own.
And how do you figure out that like musical parody is where you want to be?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming you don't start with that.
Right. Yes. I started out doing improv mostly. That's what I started in New York. And then, the move was, well, actually, so the other thing, so DJ Crazy Time started in college, and then I wrote this, like, parody pop punk song in college called I Really Hate My Stepdad. And so doing that, I was like, so, you know, I moved to New York, and I was doing improv, but then I was like, okay, I want to be able to have, like, my own solo performance essentially, because I don't do stand-up, but like what's something that I can do where like if you book me on a show, you can book Kyle Gordon or I used to have this like pop punk parody band called My Dark Little Corner. And so I was like, yeah, this is something, it's something I know I've already done because I was like goofing around with it in college. And it's also like, that's sort of my taste. So I like, you know, I'm just interested in like genre tropes of music and parodying that. So I think that's just where I naturally gravitated to. I didn't like, it wasn't so much of a conscious thing.
Well, how'd you know you can sing? Because do you just join the acapella group by chance?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I like singing. I don't know how, you know, I'm definitely not like a trained singer, but yeah, like I think, yeah, the acapella, I did acapella in high school. It's just fun to sing and harmonize kind of. So it's very dorky, but it's very fun to do. So that's, I just did it because it was fun.
That is sick. And it's beautiful. Like once you get it and you do it right. Ooh.
Yeah.
You're also very good at changing your voice to fit these different genres. Mm-hmm. Like, what was that? The 1950s one? What was that? That one had some crazy lyrics.
Oh,
in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
The 1950s love song?
Yeah, well, the 50s love song, and then I did a 50s, like, Jerry Lee Lewis Elvis rock and roll song about marrying your 13-year-old cousin. And, yeah, that one. Yeah. And then, yeah, then I also have sort of like a 60s lounge bossa nova guy who's like very like, yeah, you know, that kind of thing. Like almost like Sinatra-y kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's more, my thing is like, I'm obviously not like a technically incredible singer, but I think it's more about like, the goal, the music is just like a vehicle to like say something funny. And like, you know, it's much more important to me to be funny than it is to, and like, I think the songs have to be like fun and catchy to listen to. Otherwise, why would you listen? But like my first priority is like making it funny. So my goal is just to change my voice or make the song such that it's like, it's a vehicle for delivering this funny thing.
And it starts as a commentary, essentially.
Yeah. Commentary on, I think just genres of music are just interesting to me. How like you can identify these patterns among all these different artists who are in their own way individual, but you can notice sort of like similar things that just keep appearing in like a particular genre that like when they're like really specific, I just find that really funny.
How do you keep track of all these characters? Do you have like a whiteboard? Do you have breakdowns of everybody so you can understand how they think and they move and you can start crafting things? Like, what's your process?
Yeah, the ones I do a lot, I have a good grasp on. There are many that people will like tell me that they've seen on TikTok that I've completely forgotten. Like, so some of them are like one-offs, and I have to be like reminded what it was I was doing. But I think the big ones that I do a lot, and I'll do them a lot because I have a strong grasp on them. So yeah, but I mean, when it comes to like coming up with ideas, I have like a huge note in my phone that's like literally probably almost like 10 years old now. And it's just every time an idea comes, I'll write it down for a character. Yeah, usually it's an idea for a character. And yeah, like 98% of those ideas are complete trash. So the idea, the real hard work comes in like sorting the wheat from the chaff and figuring out like, okay, of all this like crap that I've written down, which of these actually do I think could have, could possibly be something?
What was the last idea you wrote down?
Ooh, that's a good one. I might have to look at it, but yeah, I could I look at it? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. This will be good, and I'm sure it will be complete trash. So this will be good proof of the point I just made.
Or eventually we'll see it.
Yeah, well, true. Yeah, either it's a great idea. This is good. this is one of my bad. Guy currently getting murdered. What? I don't know. I was like, I think what I thought was like I was imagining it like, I don't even know what I was thinking. Like, hey, I'm getting murdered over here. Help me, somebody. This guy's murdering me. Stop, knock it off. You're murdering me. Like, that maybe was what I was thinking.
That shit's dark, dude.
Yeah. Some of these are, some of these are
What's
definitely
above that one?
After that was Life in the Middle Ages. That's kind of a series I've done where it's like just identifying, I've done like, it was like this history series, which was actually fun, like one of my more popular ones, but like I've done like life in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and just kind of identifying like funny sort of anachronistic things about that time that like sounded very like common sense at the time, and now we look back at it like, what the hell? So that's kind of, if I were to summarize that series. Yeah.
Once you pick an idea that you like, how long does it take to actually go through and write all the good lines that come with a whole video? Yeah,
so that's usually I can bang that out in like an hour. Once I like get my grasp on, I kind of just free write, and I write it all by hand. So like I have like all these notebooks that I've sort of built up over the years. And there's actually like it's funny, like the DJ Crazy Times Plan of the Bass, those lyrics are so demented and meaningless. But in my notebook, I'm like, no, change, like a girl to woman. Yes, that has a nice ring to it. Like, it's like crazy. I like was really like, poring over those lyrics, which it's like I changed one meaningless demented lyric to another meaningless demented lyric. But yeah, I write it all down. I write it all down by hand and just kind of free write. And so then I usually try to get like for a TikTok, for example, I'll try to get maybe like 15 lines that the character might say. And then in the final video, I'll maybe shoot 10, and then what I end up putting out will be like 7 or 8, because you try to get it in the 30 to 40, 50 second range for a TikTok. So it's all just like whittling down my bad ideas until you like get to the good ones.
How do you know what the good ones are?
Well, that I think just comes from like time. It's like it's cliche, but it's like a 10,000 hours thing. Yeah. Like, many years of putting out and performing bad ideas, you start to realize like, you just, it's just a time thing. And like, eating shit and like, you just kind of start to get a better sense of, what's good and bad. And it's just more calibrated to your own taste. So like, you really just have to, at this point, I just trust like, oh, I like this. I find this funny. That's all I really have to go on. That's all you can go off of at the end of the day.
Do you care about data?
I mean, yes and no. Like, look, I care about data in that, like, if many, many people like it, that's like proof that I've done something right. Because every time I'm always trying to balance with the stuff I make. Like, I want it to be really unique and different, but I also want it to be accessible. So it's not like, you know, I want, because if you're trying to be funny and like no one's finding it funny, even if you think you're the biggest genius in the world, you're kind of failing. And, you know, so it is important to me that like, oh, I'm creating something that people actually enjoy and want to watch. But like, but I balance that with like, you know what? I bet this might be kind of a niche reference and people, it may not get as many views as some of my other videos, but like, I do feel really strongly that this is like a fun, funny idea. So it's a balance.
Who introduced you to TikTok?
Actually, oh man. So really funny. This was early pandemic. This is cool. I get to give her a shout out. There was a student who was like a current student at my old college who DM'd me because I made this video and you can still find it. I went to Denison University in Ohio and there's a video called, do you remember the old Schmacked YouTube videos? There were these videos that were like very bro-y early 2010 videos that were like, what up? My name's Tyler. We're at Michigan. I'm going to show you how we like to party hard, but we also like, we work hard and party hard. And then it would just be like, I want to see you tonight. And just a montage of like kids drinking. And like, they were like super popular in the early 2000s or like early 2010s. And so I was like, these videos are hilarious and really lame. So I did one for my like small liberal arts school and it was called Denison University Schmammered. And so that like became popular just for kids who like went to my college. And so in the early pandemic, this girl from, her name is Maddie Kuntz, I think her last is how you pronounce her last name, but she was just a student at the school at the time, you know, in 2020. And she was like, I love this video that you did. You should be on TikTok. I think you'd be good on TikTok. And I was like, wow. Yeah, okay. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Fucking changed your life.
Yeah. It was like a few months after that. I was like, thanks. Thank you for telling me to get on TikTok. Yeah, literally changed my life.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because the God's truth is like, there's comedians who do the New York City circuit all fucking day for years, for decades.
Yeah, right.
And no one ever knows that they're doing it.
Yeah, right. And that was me. That was me for many, many years. Like I was, you know, I moved to New York in 2014. And so, yeah, that was 2020 when like end of 2020. So that was like 7 years of, you know, a lot of that.
That's absolutely wild.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it was just one girl DMing me. I was like, yeah, I'll give this a shot.
Sis, good karma is coming your way.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it gets there.
She just hit me up. She moved to New York. I'll have to grab a drink with her.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That's really cool. Like one recommendation, one suggestion, one push in one direction can change everything.
Totally.
Because the God's truth is like, again, like you could have been doing those circuits, playing the same set.
Yeah.
Hoping that one person who can make a move
right.
to give you a record deal, to give you a TV show, to give you a moment, a slot on the Tonight Show.
Yep.
Whatever. Like you're hoping that they show up.
Right.
As opposed to going to where they already are.
That's what I love about like, you know, I have no plans to like stop putting out content or videos on social media because like I love like everything I put out is just like a pure expression of like what I find fun and funny. Like, and I don't have to ask anyone's permission to do it. Like, you know what? I have an idea. I'm just going to get my phone. I write it. I shoot it. I edit it. I, you know, put it out. I, you know, create it, put it out in the world. Like, that's amazing. Like, again, like, I don't have to ask anyone's permission and I get to deliver it right to the people who care about it and like would like it, you know, because I've built this audience now. So like, it is really still really fun for me.
That's amazing. Are you worried about it not being fun one day?
Yeah, I keep it in because so like when I first started after her recommendation, it was like at the end of what I say is like it was November 2020. I was like at Thanksgiving, just like getting fat and drunk with my dad. I was like, all right, I need, you know, because I couldn't do live shows anymore. So I'm like, what am I doing? Like, and so she had recommended that to me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to set this goal to do one TikTok every day, Monday through Friday for the next 3 months. And then like literally the first video like blew up and it was literally me figuring out how to use the app. And I was like playing a little kid whose uncle made him enchiladas. It made no sense. And was about, yeah, that was my first one. And like literally, but so then after that, well, it's funny too, like, because I had never blown up on any social media. I wasn't even very online before that. And so that one blew up, and it was like, it got like 1 million views or something in the first day. It's like, and because I'd never experienced this, I was like, oh, I am Tom Cruise now. I cannot walk outside without getting mobbed. I am the most famous guy in the world. Like, and then, yeah, you quickly realize that no, but that's not true at all. And no one cares. But like, yeah, after that, then it really gave me the motivation to like, I was like, I'm really going to stick with this, like one new video every day, Monday through Friday. And I kept that schedule up maybe for like the first year or two after, probably 2 years after that.
That's amazing.
I was pretty consistent
Which
about
is
it.
why it worked.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. And I feel like I had all this, like all these ideas pent up that, you know, in the context of a live show in New York, for whatever reason, they wouldn't work. Like, but like when I have full control of like edit, even if it's like, you know, I'm not very technically proficient. Like, I don't know anything about film. I don't know anything about editing, but like, you don't need any of that stuff. You know, you just need a phone, you know, and like a good idea, hopefully. Like, and so, you know, being able to do that, like, really freed me up to just like keep going with it.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
I love when you can see like the reflection of whoever's filming in the glasses you're wearing.
Yeah, that just shows. Yeah, exactly. Just like in the like music video, you can see. Like, right. I have not lost that element of my style.
Kyle Gordon is Great is the album that you got.
Yes.
It's coming in November.
Yep.
We're going to put a link in the description below so you can listen to all Kyle's music, as all the different characters, whatever's out there in the world, including Planet of the Bass on Amazon Music. Link in the description below. What are you thinking, Dan?
The children's music. Zach, you'll like this one. I don't know if you heard the lyrics, but it's all about not being allergic to nuts.
Oh, yeah. Are you allergic to nuts?
No, but I have an idea that I think can revolutionize the world.
Ooh, I'm all ears.
It's called the Nutless Nut.
Ooh.
Why have we had meatless meat and beefless beef and chickenless chicken and all this shit for vegetarians, and nobody's figured out how to get the consistency and the taste and the styling of a nut and just put these different nuts in where real nuts are?
That's I mean, I am allergic to nuts, so
It will save lives.
I'll be the first in line. That's a great idea.
I don't know why why has nobody worked on this?
Do you wish you could eat nuts?
They're healthy. But I am repulsed by the taste of, like, I think it's.
Yeah, but are you only repulsed because it can kill you?
That's a question. That's a question.
See?
I've never been able to experience it.
I don't want anything in my mouth that can kill me.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a good. Well, I feel bad for people. It is kind of good that I hate the taste of nuts, because then my body is telling me not to eat it. Yeah. But have you ever hung out with people who are like, I'm so allergic to shrimp, but oh, it's so good. And they're just like blowing up in front of you, but I like the flavor of it.
Yeah. But to those people I go, is this fake? And then you watch them swell up and it's like, nah, they just love pain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they love pain.
Sadistic freaks.
Or they just, really, really like milk.
You know, people do that, like they like ice cream and then they'll risk their bowels for days.
Yes.
No thanks.
No, thank you. Yeah, I don't have to do that with peanuts.
I wish fucking ice cream blew out my bowels. I'd love for a reason to stay away.
Great.
What was it actually like getting on stage with the Jonas Brothers? Not like, I guess you were in character, so you kind of hide behind the goggles, but what was that like? Yeah,
well, as you noticed in my interview, I couldn't really hide behind the goggles because I knew I would eat shit if I like. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
All right, I've been doing it already, but so I had to have the goggles on my head, but it was like insane. Like, between when I knew I was going to be doing that to like when I got on stage was like less than 24 hours. So it kind of was good that I didn't have like a week to like have like a full mental breakdown. Cause like, I was like, this is all so insane and happening so fast. Like, I was like, this is like hilarious. This is ridiculous. Yeah. The most people I'd performed for before that was like 400 people in Brooklyn. And then it was like at TD Garden, like where the Celtics play. Like, it's like, this is like absurd. So yeah, I was just like, I got up there and I was like, I was like playing. I keep saying it's like I was playing pretend. Like I'm like 8 years old. Like welcome to stage, Kyle Gordon. Oh God, yeah, go on. Like it was just like I was playing pretend.
That video of the crowd's reaction, some people were so into it. So many people were like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, of course, because it was so funny. Like I played the intermission of the Jonas Brothers concert, like 10% of people like had heard the song, and the song had been out for like less than 8 hours at that point because it had just come out, the full song that day.
Oh wow!
So like 10% of people were like, "Oh my God, it's that guy," and then 90% of people were just like regular Jonas Brothers fans who were like, "Why is this short Latvian man yelling at me like nonsense?" Like, of course they're like, "What is like?" It's not.
We'd hope they'd be confused.
Yeah, it's like if they brought out One Direction, they're like, "I know One Direction." Like they brought out like it's like short. Like weird, like techno guy. Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, it was the best.
So wait, people really have been calling this song the song of the summer, according to New York Times, Rolling Stone, NPR, GQ, Stereo Gum Variety. Is this all bullshit?
No, it is.
It is.
Or is it bullshit that they really are calling it that, or is it
like this is real? This is not a part of the act, right? Like they're it's verified in my notes, and I just want to confirm.
Yes, yeah. No, they have really been saying that. It's insane,
and it just charted.
Yes, it literally just right before I walked in here, we found out that it charted. It's on the dance electro. Thank you. I'd curtsy if I could. That's my curtsy.
You're on Billboard.
Yeah, insane. I mean, it's the best thing ever. I'm just like having the best time. I was like, this is so stupid. It's awesome.
When you Google your name, emojis show up.
Yeah, I don't know who. I have to give a shout out to whoever at Google did that. That's crazy.
It's the only person that it happens for.
Yeah, I'll take credit for that.
Google.com adds
sure.
emojis to the top of the page only when you search Kyle Gordon.
Yeah, and I think if you Google Plan to the Bass too, or DJ Crazy Times, I think maybe it shows up. But yeah, Kyle Gordon, it's a good one too. It's like the sunglasses and like
you got music sign, you got hand, you got sunglasses, hand, music, hand, sunglasses, hand, music.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's good.
Who is that? Who is Google?
Yeah, that? Right. Whoever you are, Mr. Google, thank you, and yeah. Take credit. Yeah, thank you.
How'd you find that out? Like, you just search yourself by chance? Yeah,
no, I think someone sent it to me. Because, like, at this point, like, with all this craziness with this song for the past 3 weeks, like, it's so, like, my high school, science teacher's nephew's, like, barber is, like, hitting me up, like, hey, congratulations. Yeah, so, like, all these crazy people have been hitting me up. So I'm sure someone... I forget who sent it to me originally, but yeah.
You're going to have Halloween costumes.
That would be awesome. And it's like, because I have, with Biljana Electronic, it's a couple's costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
We're shaping culture.
I don't know.
What's next?
Next is the rest of the songs on the album. I'm very excited for people to hear it. Like, every song is going to be completely different from DJ Crazy Times. There may very well be more DJ Crazy Times music in the future, but in the immediate, next few weeks and months, I think I'm very excited for people to hear the other songs on the album because they're very different. A lot of musical diversity on the album, and I think it's a very much like, an expression of like what I like and find funny. So yeah.
How do you connect with Brooks Allison of The Tonight Show?
So he's just like another New York comedy guy who, like, we've known each other for a long time. And I knew he did, he performed, he's on Spotify under Boy Brooks, and he makes a lot of like really great music. He also was the touring bass player for a band I really loved called Sloth Rust. And so I was like, here's a guy who's a really talented musician and also clearly like really funny, is going to get what I'm doing. So, I hit him up and we produced like the original version, the demo version of Plan of the Bass with me singing all the vocals, which are really funny. Like I should release that eventually. And the lyrics are all different, but it's like me being like, all of the dreams, like trying to hit those notes. And then he produced like the original version, and then Jamie Siegel is the co-producer, and he produced my whole album. So we sent that original demo to him, and he brought it into full bloom and, made it sound like really cool and big, like the way it sounds now. And he also connected me with Chrissy Poland, who's the actual vocalist on the song. And she's like, you know, she's like a extremely talented, like trained jazz vocalist.
She's real.
She's real, and I am not real.
You're real now.
Yeah, I'm real. No, but like, you know, she's like totally the real deal and like knocked it out of the park. And she did the accent really well, which was like a big thing. So him, like, she really has like these amazing like pop diva vocals, but then also like could be hilarious and do the accent. So it was like perfect.
So there may be more music as DJ Crazy Times.
Yeah, I think definitely. Like, I don't have anything. It'd be cooking. You know, I'll cook it up soon. But I think in the future, definitely there could definitely be some more DJ Crazy Times music.
I don't think people, like, I didn't know how much the thought process you put into it by changing the girls on purpose.
Yeah, right. That was.
And people got angry, so it did exactly what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, the level of like passion around it, that was surprising. But like, yeah, the plan all along was, yeah, because, you know, I was thinking, because the original plan was like we'd put out the first like teaser video. I was going to put out the first teaser video, and then like a month later, the song was going to come out, because I didn't think it would be so crazy so immediately. I was like, you know, people are going to gradually over the course of a month find out about the song, and when it comes out, they'll be like ready to see it. But like immediately, people were like, "Give it to me now!" Like, and so like, but I had filmed all 3 of these promo videos with different actresses lip syncing as like an homage to, like, in 90s Eurodance music, this was a very common trope where it's like, you know, you'd get like, you know, they record, you know, tons of these songs, one becomes a hit, and they're like, screw it, we'll just get a random model and put her in the video. Like, and so I thought that was like such a and it's specific only to this genre. Like, who else does that? And so I thought it would be funny to, like, yeah, swap out the actress each time. But yeah, people but, you know, it was funny because, like, a lot of people got angry. They're like, bring back the first girl. But then there was, like, this army of, like, music know-it-alls, like, coming over the hill, like in Lord of the Rings, ready to be like, like, literally no fun kid, like, well, actually, here's what he's really doing. Which is, like, amazing.
It's pretty sick that people really care, and they dissect the art, and they're there for it.
Right. Yeah, people really cared about it.
They appreciate the joke.
Yeah, I think
because it's larger than a joke.
Yeah, and I think in the end, like, after all this discussion, like, I think, and especially after I put out the 3rd promo video, like, I think a lot of people were like, oh, I see what he's doing. Yeah. This
is exciting. All of Kyle's music is waiting for you. Link in the description below. It's all on Amazon Music. I'm really excited to watch you rise and do your thing and create, and you're going to be really famous. And
thank you.
It's pretty wild. You're really talented, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Really very gifted.
Thank you.
And your characters are fucking spectacular.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's cool.
They, like, hit on just the right, I don't know, like the right through lines that connect everybody.
I think you need to do more lies kids tell.
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah, see?
That's the end where you're like, my penis is so big I can suck it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely in the universe of the No Fun Kid, like, lying about your uncle being like a special ops ranger. Yeah. Seriously, he has 10 confirmed kills. I swear he does. Like, I can do a triple backflip. I just don't feel like it right now because I twisted my ankle.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Quickly off that, will there be a 2010s rap, like frat rap on the album?
Oh, that might be for the next album, but yeah, that one I really, cause like, you know, I had to pare it down to like only, you know, what ended up on the album was like, you know, I had to pick, you know, but that one I would love to do, because that one is really specific to, like, it's very in that schmacked universe. Yeah,
it's like the Sammy Adams when Mac Miller was getting his start, Asher Roth,
exactly.
Mike Posner at the beginning. Yes.
Exactly. And that music is, and I think it's just now entering, like, it's like corny nostalgia period of like when you're like, whoa, what were we listening to back then? Like, I mean, it was great. I was listening to it like at parties in college, but yeah, it does sound really funny now. Thank you.
And are you writing this alone?
Yeah, and that's what I like too. Like, you know, I'm kind of a control freak about a lot of this stuff. So like, I really enjoy, all of this. I'm pretty much writing alone. My girlfriend, 98% of the videos she's filming. So and it's so helpful too, because I think that's been a big part, Canning, I'm giving her a shout out, but a big part of this, like, and being able to do all these videos is having her behind the camera, like I'm trying to make her laugh. It's always better when you have, for me, like when I like sometimes if she's out of town or whatever and I have to film it alone, I feel like I don't give as good of a performance as when I'm like, I have a real human being.
Yeah, you're
that
doing it for her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sweet.
I'll rub it down for you, Mr. O'Day. That one got me. I was like, no fucking
I'll
way.
rub it down for you, Mr. O'Day. That like, I love, that's probably like, if I had to pick a type of character I love to do is like, just like wide-eyed, naive, like cartoonish, like, if you believe it, anything is possible. I really can do it. Like that, like I love being in that mode. And I've kind of done it in a few, like I did it with that baseball kid, or I do it like, there was a 50s like teen dating, like, hey, Marianne, well, if you sweet on me, I'll go, you know, like, I'll go to the dance with you, if you really think it's possible. Like, yeah.
And through that voice, like, Greg has become a character.
Yeah, great, yeah, like, oh yeah, I did the inverse. I did it only once, like, but that's the thing, like, because there's the kid that's no fun, and he's always talking about his friend, Greg, and so I was like, oh, I should do Greg being the kid that's too fun, because Greg is always like, you know, he's kind of a Cartman-esque person, but like with TikTok, videos get taken down. I'm like, the kid that's too fun is like too fucked up for TikTok. Like I did it one time and I like was throwing knives at the wall and like spray painting, and, like lighting off fireworks in a house. I was like, yeah, they took that down immediately.
You have a whole universe here. I mean, there's so many different ways for you to, you know, expand and to create off of this.
Yeah. I mean, I would love, yeah, like, you know, what I would love to do is like have, yes, like a show where I could sort of expand on a lot of these characters, or like, you know, play with like longer form, like genre tropes, like movie genre tropes. And, you know, cause I do a lot of like, parodies of like, baseball movies or sports movies. So if like I could do like a long form, like baseball parody of like Field of Dreams,
Yeah,
or
like
The Natural.
scary movie, but for that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those movies haven't been around for a second.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think my like, yeah, my style is like just more like, yeah. I mean, actually, yeah, it would kind of be like that.
They haven't been around, so maybe there's a hole that needs to be filled.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here.
Would you ever write like a musical or a play for like Broadway?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't not do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, never. I would never do that. No, yeah, I think, well, because I did one video that was like a parody of the Green Day musical. Because like, I just thought it was so funny that it was like, because like you know, I'll admit I'm not the biggest fan of like Broadway musicals. And so I think like a lot of times when they take, especially like a genre of music, like, because with these like jukebox musicals, like the Green Day musical, they'll take music that I really love, and then when it gets filtered through like Broadway, it just like sounds like Kids Bop versions of all that stuff. So like I thought it like the Green Day video I did was like all this like pop punk music. It's like, I hope you had the time of your life. You know, like, do you have the time? Like, yeah.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't thank you enough for your time and your energy today. And yeah, you're on to something great. You're already on it. I can't wait to watch it rise, and do your thing. And please come back whenever and always.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this was super fun, and thanks for putting up with DJ Crazy Times.
At literally any time, any of your characters have a spot on our couch. So please come back.
Amazing. Thank you.
Kyle Gordon, everybody.
Woo!